A hush falls gently over the unseen world as the night breathes slowly, and a soft glow gathers before a message finds its way to you. There is a feeling of arrival, not rushed, not loud, but steady and powerful, like footsteps heard before the door opens. This moment carries weight, meaning, and a sacred pause meant only for those who remain still enough to receive it. Archangel Michael says this message was delivered to you for a reason greater than coincidence. The air around these words holds protection, courage, and a promise that has been waiting patiently for your awareness. Nothing here is accidental, and every line moves with purpose, unfolding layer by layer in calm strength. The beginning is quiet, but the energy behind it is strong and unshakable. You may feel a gentle pressure in your chest or a warmth spreading through your thoughts as this message continues. This is not imagination, it is recognition, and recognition always arrives softly before it becomes undeniable. There has been a watching, a guarding, and a silent standing beside you through moments no one else noticed. Even when days felt ordinary, something extraordinary was forming around your path. The unseen never left, never slept, and never turned away from what was meant for you. Type Amen to get blessing 111. This message moves forward with intention, carrying reassurance like a steady flame that does not flicker in the wind. Every step you have taken, even the hesitant ones, has been observed with understanding rather than judgment. Strength has been added to you quietly, so quietly that you may have mistaken it for your own endurance. Protection has been layered around your life in ways you did not need to manage or earn. What tried to disturb your peace was stopped before it reached you fully. What tried to confuse your mind was softened before it could take root. There is a reason you are still standing, still hoping, still breathing with expectation. It is because you were never meant to be overwhelmed by what surrounded you. You were meant to pass through it, changed but not broken. This message does not rush, because what is eternal never hurries. It unfolds like light at dawn, steady and unstoppable. Every word settles exactly where it is needed most. Type Amen to get blessing 222. You may not have seen the moments when protection stepped in, but they were many. A delay that felt frustrating was actually a shield. A closed door that felt painful was actually guidance redirecting you gently. Peace has been assigned to your future, even if your present once felt heavy. Calm is not something you must chase, it is something moving toward you now. Your life is being realigned with steadiness and clarity. Archangel Michael says there is courage awakening within you that cannot be taken away. This courage is quiet, deep, and firm, not loud or reckless. It allows you to stand without fear even when answers are still forming. There is a strengthening of spirit happening as these words flow. You are not being prepared for loss, but for expansion. What is coming requires you to be steady, not rushed. Type Amen to get blessing 333. This message carries assurance that you are not late, forgotten, or overlooked. Timing has always been aligned, even when it felt slow. What arrives late is often protected from arriving too early. Your life is surrounded by a calm order that resists chaos. Even when noise tries to rise, peace remains deeper. Nothing meant for you will be lost along the way. There is a gentle authority being placed upon your steps. You will notice confidence growing without force. Decisions will begin to feel lighter, clearer, and more settled. This message continues without interruption because continuity itself is a sign of safety. You are allowed to rest while things align. You are allowed to trust while progress unfolds. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The path ahead does not require fear to walk it. Support is already positioned where you will step next. You will not face sudden emptiness, only unfolding provision. There is a calm certainty forming in your thoughts. Doubt that once lingered begins to loosen its grip. Clarity replaces confusion naturally, without struggle. Write to comment and let this message anchor deeper. Expression opens space for peace to settle. Acknowledgement strengthens what is already active. Archangel Michael says this message seals protection over your days. It stands like a quiet guard at the edge of your life. Nothing unnecessary will pass through it. Type Amen to get blessing 555. As this message stretches onward, it carries stability like a firm foundation beneath calm waters. Nothing here is meant to startle you, only to steady you. Assurance grows best when it is gentle. Your inner world is being rearranged toward balance. Emotions that once felt heavy begin to soften. Thoughts align into patterns that bring peace rather than pressure. There is a strength in you that does not need to prove itself. It simply exists, solid and dependable. This strength will guide you without noise. The message flows continuously because protection does not pause. Guidance does not take breaks. Presence does not disappear when unseen. Type Amen to get blessing 666. This Christmas message was delivered not to overwhelm but to settle your spirit. It brings calm rather than urgency. Its power lies in reassurance, not demand. You are surrounded by steadiness as this season unfolds. Warmth replaces uncertainty. Peace becomes familiar rather than distant. Write to comment and allow the calm to deepen. Engagement grounds the message within you. What is received consciously lasts longer. This script continues like a river that does not dry. It carries trust, patience, and quiet joy. Everything unfolds as it should. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The closing of this message does not feel like an ending. It feels like a continuation into days filled with calm strength. What has been delivered remains with you beyond these words. Protection stays active, guidance remains near, and peace settles fully. Nothing essential will be taken from you. Everything meaningful will find you at the right moment. This Christmas message rests gently upon your life. It leaves behind assurance rather than questions. You move forward covered, steady, and quietly blessed. The flow continues without pause, carrying the same calm weight that has already settled around you. Nothing here breaks the rhythm, because what surrounds you now is consistency and quiet authority. Every sentence moves forward like a steady heartbeat, constant and reassuring. There is a sense of covering that remains even when words stretch long. Silence between moments feels filled rather than empty. This presence does not fade as time moves, it deepens. The unseen support around your life strengthens as attention remains gentle. You do not need to search for signs, because steadiness itself is the sign. What stays calm through everything is what was always meant to protect you. This continuation brings reassurance that nothing essential has been misplaced. What belongs to you remains aligned with you. Nothing meant to stay will drift away. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The message extends like a horizon that does not end abruptly. There is always more light ahead, even when night feels long. What you are moving into carries balance, not strain. Confidence begins to rest naturally in your posture and thoughts. There is less need to explain yourself to the world. Certainty grows quietly without announcement. Your steps are steadied by forces that do not seek recognition. They work best when unnoticed. Protection often sounds like peace. This season continues to unfold gently. Joy does not rush, it arrives fully formed. Calm becomes familiar rather than rare. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The continuation holds warmth that settles deep rather than briefly. It remains even after excitement passes. What lasts longer than emotion is assurance. Your path is not crowded with confusion. Unnecessary noise begins to fall away. What remains is simple and clear. There is an alignment happening between your inner calm and outer movement. Decisions feel less heavy. Direction feels more natural. This flow does not interrupt because trust does not need reminders. Once it settles, it holds. Once it holds, it protects. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. A steady calm now moves ahead of you, clearing space before you arrive. Situations soften before they meet you. Resistance weakens before it forms. You are not walking alone into uncertainty. You are moving within order that is already established. Everything ahead has been prepared quietly. Write to comment and allow this assurance to anchor further. Acknowledgement strengthens calm. Presence deepens with awareness. The continuation remains smooth and uninterrupted. Nothing pulls you out of this flow. Nothing rushes you forward prematurely. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Time itself seems to slow within this message. Not because progress stops, but because pressure dissolves. What moves naturally does not strain. Your life carries a rhythm that supports rest as much as action. Balance becomes instinctive. You know when to move and when to remain still. The calm around you is not fragile. It does not shatter under stress. It adapts and remains firm. This message continues like a shelter that stays through changing weather. It does not collapse under noise. It remains steady and quiet. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. There is a reassurance settling into your future moments. Even before challenges arise, steadiness stands ready. Nothing arrives unguarded. Peace becomes less of an effort and more of a state. You no longer chase it. It recognizes you and stays. Your thoughts grow clearer as unnecessary weight lifts. Focus sharpens without force. Clarity feels gentle, not demanding. This continuation holds the same strength from beginning to now. Nothing weakens as it extends. Consistency itself is protection. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. As this long script flows onward, it carries quiet joy that does not announce itself loudly. It settles into ordinary moments and transforms them. Normal days begin to feel lighter. You move forward with less resistance inside yourself. Inner conflict softens. Alignment replaces tension. Write to comment and let this message root deeper. Engagement grounds calm into experience. What is acknowledged stays active. The flow remains unbroken, smooth, and steady. Nothing distracts from its purpose. Nothing interrupts its protection. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. This continuation does not signal an ending, only a widening. What surrounds you expands gently. Support becomes more noticeable in its effects. You carry a sense of being held even while standing independently. Strength and safety coexist. Neither cancels the other. The message stretches forward with patience. Nothing is forced. Everything arrives when ready. This calm remains with you beyond these words. It settles into your days and nights alike. You move ahead covered, steady, and quietly secure. The flow carries on with the same unbroken calm, stretching forward without urgency or strain. Nothing shifts suddenly, because steadiness is the nature of what surrounds you now. This continuation feels settled, grounded, and quietly confident. There is a deep sense of reassurance moving through ordinary moments. Small actions feel supported rather than heavy. Even silence feels purposeful and full. What once felt scattered begins to arrange itself naturally. Pieces fall into place without being forced. Order emerges without effort. This presence does not announce itself loudly. It simply remains, constant and reliable. Its strength is proven by how little it needs attention. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Time unfolds gently within this message. Nothing is being rushed ahead of its readiness. Everything matures at the right pace. You may notice calm appearing before situations resolve. Peace arrives first and solutions follow. This order brings stability rather than tension. Write to comment and let this steadiness settle deeper. Acknowledgement strengthens what is already active. Attention allows calm to root fully. Your inner world becomes quieter in a way that feels safe. Noise loses its influence. Clarity remains without effort. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The continuation remains smooth, like a path already cleared. You do not need to fight your way forward. Progress happens naturally. Confidence grows without pressure to perform. You stand firm without needing approval. Your presence becomes steady and grounded. There is a sense of being carried without losing control. Support and independence move together. Neither competes with the other. This calm does not fade when challenges appear. It holds its shape. It adapts and remains. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The message stretches onward like light that stays after dawn. It does not retreat once it appears. It becomes the new normal. Your thoughts align with patience rather than worry. Expectations soften into trust. Waiting feels purposeful instead of empty. Write to comment and allow this alignment to deepen. Engagement anchors peace. What is welcomed stays present. The flow remains uninterrupted and consistent. Nothing breaks its rhythm. Nothing weakens its tone. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. There is a quiet strengthening happening beneath awareness. You feel steadier without needing to understand why. This strength feels natural rather than imposed. Ordinary moments begin to carry warmth. Calm settles into routines. Peace integrates into daily life. You move forward without carrying unnecessary weight. Release happens gradually and safely. What no longer serves simply falls away. This continuation holds the same assurance from before. It does not diminish with length. Consistency remains its foundation. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The message keeps flowing because protection does not pause. Support does not step aside. Presence remains continuous. You may sense ease where tension once lived. Relief replaces strain gently. Balance restores itself naturally. Write to comment and let this sense of ease remain active. Participation strengthens calm. Awareness stabilizes peace. The rhythm stays slow, steady, and intentional. Nothing pulls you out of it. Nothing distracts from its purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. As this long continuation unfolds, it brings assurance rather than excitement. What lasts longer than emotion is stability. Stability now surrounds you. You carry forward with less resistance inside yourself. Alignment replaces inner conflict. Movement feels natural and unforced. This message does not seek an ending point. It simply blends into your days. Its effect continues quietly beyond these words. Calm, protection, and steadiness remain with you. Nothing essential is missing. You move ahead grounded, supported, and at ease. The continuation moves forward with the same gentle authority, never breaking its calm rhythm. Nothing changes suddenly, because what is steady does not need to prove itself. This flow remains smooth, grounded, and quietly powerful. There is a sense of assurance settling deeper with each passing line. You are not being carried away, you are being anchored. Stability becomes familiar rather than surprising. Moments that once felt uncertain now feel held. Even waiting carries purpose. Stillness no longer feels empty. This presence remains close without pressure. It does not demand attention. It supports simply by staying. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Time feels balanced within this message. Nothing drags, nothing rushes. Everything unfolds at a pace that feels right. Your inner space grows quieter in a comforting way. Thoughts soften. Clarity rests easily without force. Write to comment and allow this steadiness to root further. Acknowledgement deepens alignment. Awareness strengthens calm. You begin to notice how ease replaces effort. What once required strength now flows naturally. Confidence settles without noise. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. The continuation remains uninterrupted, like a path already lit. You do not need to search for direction. Guidance surrounds you evenly. There is a quiet certainty in your steps. You move without hesitation. Your footing feels secure. Support remains present without crowding your independence. You stand on your own while never standing alone. Balance holds both strength and safety together. This calm does not weaken under pressure. It remains composed. It adapts and stays firm. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. The flow stretches onward, carrying reassurance into every ordinary detail. Daily moments feel lighter. Routine begins to feel peaceful. You release what no longer fits without struggle. Letting go feels natural. Relief replaces resistance. Write to comment and let this calm remain active. Participation grounds peace. Recognition sustains balance. Nothing interrupts this rhythm. Nothing pulls you out of alignment. Everything moves steadily forward. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. There is a deep sense of being settled that grows stronger with time. You feel less pulled in different directions. Focus becomes gentle and clear. The space around your thoughts feels open. Breathing feels easier. Presence feels natural. This continuation holds consistency as its strength. It does not change tone. It does not lose depth. What surrounds you now feels dependable. You can rest within it. You can move within it. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. The message continues because steadiness has no end point. Protection does not expire. Support does not fade. You may notice calm arriving before challenges even form. Peace stands ahead of you. Nothing approaches unguarded. Write to comment and allow this assurance to remain close. Engagement anchors stability. Awareness keeps calm active. The flow remains smooth and intentional. Nothing distracts it. Nothing weakens it. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. As this long continuation unfolds, it brings quiet confidence rather than excitement. What lasts is not loud. What lasts is steady. You move forward with trust rather than tension. Alignment replaces uncertainty. Balance becomes your natural state. This message blends into your life rather than ending abruptly. Its presence stays even when words stop. You continue covered, supported, and deeply at ease. The continuation remains unbroken, flowing forward with the same calm certainty that has already settled around you. Nothing here rushes ahead or falls behind. Every moment finds its place naturally. There is a quiet depth forming beneath everyday thoughts. You feel steadier without needing explanation. This steadiness feels earned through presence rather than effort. The space around your life feels ordered and clear. Distractions lose their pull. What matters stays close and defined. This calm does not fade with time. It strengthens by remaining. Consistency itself becomes its power. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. The message stretches onward like a steady light that never flickers. Even long pauses feel protected. Nothing slips through unnoticed. Your inner rhythm aligns with patience and trust. Waiting no longer feels heavy. Stillness carries reassurance. Write to comment and allow this balance to deepen further. Acknowledgement anchors peace. Awareness keeps alignment active. You begin to move with certainty rather than doubt. Choices feel simpler. Direction feels natural. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. The flow continues smoothly, untouched by pressure. Nothing demands urgency. Everything unfolds at the right pace. Your thoughts settle into clarity without force. Focus sharpens gently. Calm replaces strain. There is a sense of being supported from all sides. Not crowded, not controlled. Simply held steady. This steadiness remains through changing moments. It does not depend on conditions. It remains constant. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. The continuation carries reassurance into ordinary routines. Small moments feel lighter. Normal days feel grounded. You release unnecessary weight naturally. What no longer fits falls away. Relief follows quietly. Write to comment and let this ease stay present. Participation grounds calm. Recognition strengthens balance. Nothing interrupts this rhythm. Nothing pulls you out of alignment. Everything moves forward smoothly. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. There is a growing sense of inner quiet that feels safe. Noise loses its influence. Clarity remains steady. You carry confidence without display. Strength rests comfortably within you. Stability feels natural. This continuation does not seek an ending. It blends into your days. Its presence continues beyond words. Calm surrounds you as you move ahead. Support remains steady. You remain grounded, protected, and at ease.